Hey guys, what's up? Emo Cat Dad here, hanging out with you, bringing you yet another edition of Emo Cat Dad Listen. If you're new here, then what I do is every day of 2024, I vow to check out a new band or artist. I check out 4 songs from across their discography, give you my initial thoughts on the songs, give you my ranking of the songs, and then of course give you my overall thoughts on the artist. Today's artist, as you can see right there, is Blood on the Dance Floor. Oh, never mind. I'm being told now that Davey Vanity's a garbage human being, so we will not be doing Blood on the Dance Floor. But don't worry, because I've misled you, and you came in expecting to hear some electro-pop, crunkcore music, I will still be checking out the Medic Droid. Happy April! Thus, happy April Fools, everyone. So what do I know about the Medic Droid? Honestly, nothing. I was probably graduating high school around the release of this type of music, and honestly every music website or reviewer I was following was just like, this music's garbage, do not listen to it, Blood on Dance Floor, Broken Side, Millionaires. The only time I really gave it a chance is 303's Want album with Don't Trust Me. Really got into that song. Checked out 303, liked them quite a bit. I had seen bands like Millionaires and Family Force 5 live. Not a big fan, so I think it was just kind of like a one-off for me. But I'd be interested in taking a look if anyone wants to go to bat for any of those bands. And I'll check it out. But today, we're starting with the Medic Droid. So I know nothing other than the regular tropes of this kind of music. So we're going to listen to it and we're going to see if I dig it. Other interesting factoid, I couldn't really find the Medic Droid music on Spotify, but when I looked them up on YouTube, there was a whole bunch of songs with a whole bunch of streams because, this was the MySpace era and it was all lyric videos where people put their made by blank name and then their MySpace link. So that was a nice little hit of nostalgia for me personally. You can find me at myspace.com/rampagingspleen. Just kidding, I don't think that works anymore. In any event, it looks like the Medic Droid has really only released one album and an EP, but from what I could see, the songs on the EP are the same songs as the album. So we're just going to pick 4 songs at random based on the amount of streams it has. Starting off with Keeping Up with the Joneses. Alright, so songs, production, does not sound good. The lyrics are super cringe and repetitive. But I still kind of had a good time. The chorus is super catchy. The vocals overall are really good for the style. It is what I expected from the music. It's very synth heavy. There are some light drums and guitar in the background, but it's mostly the electronics that take the lead. But yeah, I don't know if this was a production choice or they were just making it themselves and self-releasing it on MySpace, but the track does not sound especially good. Alright, next up, this appears to be their most popular song because there's a bunch of videos with lots and lots of streams on it. Appears to be a couple different versions of it, so I just checked out the one with the most streams, and it's called For Sure. Okay, so the chorus on this is still pretty catchy, but all other elements of the song took a big step backwards. And when I said on the last track the lyrics were cringy, I didn't think you can get much further back, but you can. There's a whole spoken word part where they read off text lingo. Yikes. I really didn't have any complaints with the vocals on the last part. There are times when they do a scream that's not really a scream, but I didn't bump into that as much because I just felt like that was what they were trying to do. But on this song, there's parts where they try to make the vocals soar, and it just does not work. It falls flat. And also, why are these songs so long? When I expected to get into, electronic core, I expected 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, in and out. These are 4 minutes each. Alright, next up, I checked out F Scene 8. I don't know what that stands for. So, someone in the comments knows, please tell me, because I'm lost. Okay, we're at least back to having fun. This track is very reminiscent of the first track. Production, still not good, but the vocals are solid. The musicality works really well. And, lyrics are still pretty cringe, but I'd say not as cringe, at least. And the song was short. I know I had just said that I thought these songs were longer than they needed to be. This one was like 2:20, so the time frame I'm pretty sure I just literally said that I would be okay with. It did feel a little short, but I think that's due to the repetitiveness. So, yeah. Interesting. Hello, this is Donnie from the future. Editor Donnie, please insert this after F8 scene, because I discovered that there is a longer version of this song. So it seems like a lot of these tracks that I listened to were MySpace recordings, or I seen they had an EP that had some of these songs on, so maybe they were the EP versions and they later on re-recorded it for the album. So yeah, those were the versions that I listened to for these three. So the F Scene 8 version I listened to was about 2:20. It looks like the album version clocks in about 3:40. So yeah, that's my bad. Alright, and I'm going to check out now the song The Killer Anna, which appears to have actually gotten a music video, so I'm excited for this one. Okay, so this must be from the album, because the production here is so much better. I'm not sure if the tracks I listened to earlier were demos. I'll dig a little bit into that, and I'll put a disclaimer or something if I need to. But yeah, the production here, night and day, makes the track so much more listenable. The lyrics are still cringe, but not as cringe as the first two tracks. I'd say it's probably on par with F Scene 8. But yeah, everything sounds so much better. I'm guessing that's as a result of the production. And yeah, I definitely gotta look into this. Alright, so those were the 4 Medic Droid songs I checked out. Let's rank them. At number 1, The Killer Anna. This song just sounded the best out of the 4 I listened to. I realized that's a me problem for listening to the demos or whatever they were. But ultimately, I'm blaming you guys because those are what had streams on YouTube. And also blaming the Medic Droid for not being able to find this album on Spotify. At 2, I'll do Keeping Up with the Joneses, the first song I listened to. Lyrics, not good. Production, not as good, but still better than some of these other tracks. But ultimately, everything else I enjoyed pretty much. At 3, F Scene 8. This is kind of similar to Keeping Up with the Joneses, except it wasn't quite as good production-wise, lyrically. So that's ultimately why it has to slot in behind. And at 4 is For Sure. I get this is their most popular song. I get when people were teenagers listening to this, they probably enjoyed it quite a bit, but it doesn't age well for me. That wasn't really a part of that culture. So it just kind of turns me off, unfortunately. So what are my overall thoughts on the Medic Droid? Well, I think the album song, which I'm just going to assume all the productions and vocals and music sounds like that, and if that's the case, then they clean up quite nicely. The first songs I heard were rough, but honestly, when they got that glossy finish with, whatever record label's money, it did sound really good, and I could see myself listening to it. The lyrics are cringe. There's no getting around that, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun with it. Alright guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. I'm your friendly neighborhood Emo Cat Dad. Like I said, let me know in the comments other bands or artists I should be checking out. Do not recommend Blood on the Dance Floor. I will not be checking that out. But if you want me to check out like a Broken Side or a Millionaires, like go ahead and suggest that. Maybe I'll get to it on a future episode. And while you're down there, whether you're a crunkcore lover or a crunkcore hater, let me know your thoughts on either the Medic Droid or the whole genre in general down there. Let's be a part of the conversation. Let's talk back and forth about it. I appreciate you guys for sticking around till the very end of this video, and I hope you come back tomorrow. The best way to do that is if you cut my wrists and hit subscribe. Your friendly neighborhood Emo Cat Dad signing off until tomorrow. I want to hear you sad.